Liam Anfield third. We're on lap 58 of 76. And I think that's just totally died. So Homesick Alien then leads this race, 12.7 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho possibly needs to pit. Again, I'm so distracted because of this internet thing. No, it's dead. There's nothing happening, is there? Gone again. So, okay, well, I've pressed the record thing, so hopefully we can just continue on and hope I've got enough storage on my PS5 to record this, and then we'll just upload it to YouTube. Although I'm really distracted, I'm really annoyed, and I just want to turn it off. So Homesick Alien's leading, but Matt Psycho is closing the gap. Liam Anfield 17 seconds adrift, with Jim in 4th place and Pat is 5th. Bendit is in 6th. He's only 1.6. He's dropped behind Pat. I think it's through pit stops though, because Bendit has just recently pitted. There's a lot of traffic on the track at the moment. It's Bendit's favourite person, Super Rambo, and he's through, chasing down Pat. Pat on an older set of tyres though, hasn't yet pit, with Bendit just pitting. Jim in 4th. Madalinsky into the pit. Silver Star is in 8th place, with Talleyrand leading the pack of Group 4 cars. Ensign Ewart is in 10th place, with Skyjacker in 11th and the Baz in 12th. Oh, and I don't know why. So, yeah, Koikap obviously has recently pitted. Doesn't say he's on his out lap, but he must be. Oh, no, he's on his first flying lap. He's behind the halves, who hasn't pitted yet, but he's got good fuel on board. And the Bazza hasn't pitted yet, but he's got good fuel and good tyres. So he's continuing on, and Bazza could be making that decisive move here to keep hold of 4th place in this race. Skyjacker 11 seconds behind Ensign Ewart, with Talleyrand a minute and a half ahead on the Group 4 category. Homesick Alien 11.3 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho, whom is 18.5 seconds ahead of Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield put their medium tyres on. His fuel is flashing now. Homesick Alien's getting low as well. 16 laps to go. Is that enough? Is that enough to get to the end? Matt Psycho in 2nd place, with a quarter of a tank of fuel. He definitely is going to have to pit there. All of the 3 leaders, I think, at least have got to make one more stop in the race. Jim as well, a quarter of a tank of fuel. He is going great guns, and I honestly think he might sneak a podium here. Who knows? Pat is on the verge of a pit stop, giving Bendit the position back. Bendit though already pitting. Can he go till the end? It's a long way to go still. And Madalinsky there has recently pitted as well, over a minute behind Bendit. But that's who Pat's looking at when he comes out of the pits. Is he going to be ahead of Madalinsky? Silver Star less than a minute behind Madalinsky. He started, look at that, 59.7. Whoa, he lost the car on the curb there. Oh, and nearly took out the leader. No, that's Coy, I think. That was Coy. Nearly took Coy out. So Liam's pitting. Is this for the final time? It's going to be a stretch if he does. Homesick Alien needs to pit soon as well. How much can he eke out of that fuel tank? And Matt Psycho also needing to make another pit stop before the end of this race. It's going to be so tight for the win. I'm not sure who's going to get it. So Liam's in the pits. I assume he's going to get out before Jim gets there, I guess. Jim is only just getting to the chicane. I thought Jim might have a chance of jumping Liam, but it doesn't look. It looks like Liam's done enough there. But has he done enough? Is that enough to get to the end of this race? Who can say? Homesick Alien then. He's coming up to the pit lane. We assume he is into the pit lane. That will hand the lead back to Matt Psycho. And Liam Anfield back out of the pits. Topped up with fuel. Can he go to the end? 14 seconds ahead of Jim. It was close encounters there. And Homesick Alien then drops back into second place as Matt Psycho goes on through, but he's got less than a quarter of a tank of fuel as Pat comes back onto the track after his pit stop, and he's way ahead of Madalinsky. So he's nice and safe, I think we can say. Pat is a minute so ahead. Well, no, it's reset itself. 30, 28, 22, 21, 20, roughly 20 seconds. Is Liam Anfield coming up close? No, Liam Anfield way behind there of the Alien. We assume the Alien's going to be easily back on track before Liam Anfield turns up. It really does seem like it was the medium tyres that destroyed Liam Anfield's chances here of getting first or second. Matt Psycho then 48 seconds ahead of the Alien, and Homesick Alien now starting 60 lap 62. So 14 laps, 15 laps to go if you count this one. Big stuff, big stuff. Can he do it? Liam Anfield in third place, 32 seconds behind the Alien. Who knows? Jim 15 seconds adrift of Liam Anfield, and he's just going around Scary Rambo the Halfmeister, and all's good. Bendit saw he was in that battle with Pat, but Pat pitted, and now Bendit just going by the leader of the Group 4s. I know we haven't seen much of the Group 4 boys. We're going to get our down there. It's just there's been more action, unfortunately, in the Group 3 category. And there's Pat. Pretty safe from Madalinsky, 18 seconds, but they're doing about the same pace as each other. It would take a bit of an accident there for Madalinsky to be able to catch up with Pat, as Silverstar just comes out of the pit lane. Ironically, just ahead of Madalinsky, I think. So Madalinsky, he wanted to get by the lapped car. Talaran then leading the Group 4 category by 1 minute 28. And Ensign Ewart there in second place, 9.6 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker pushing on. He really is trying to get that second spot. He's gone faster than he has gone before with a 205.693. This car's looking rather striking. And Koikarp is back ahead of the Baz. The Baz is back of the field. He's had to make a pit stop and put some softs on. Is he going all the way to the end? Coy, half a tank. So Coy's still got to make another pit stop here before the end of the race. The Halfmeister, his tyres are bitten, and he is going in now. That should put him behind the Baz, with Koikarp in 12th place. Still continuing on. He's got half a tank of fuel, so the Baz should move up one. Matt Psycho has gone in with 13 laps to go, 13 or 14 laps to go, and Homesick Alien, who's going to be hoping to make that fuel tank last the rest of this race. And Matt Psycho will be on a few laps newer tyres than Homesick come the end of the race. And it's going to be a close call. Liam Anfield's going by the leader of the Group 4 category. And that's the top three of the Group 3s. Matt Psycho, Homesick and Liam Anfield. He's pulled a few seconds out on Jim. God, what I pressed. Jim then. Jim will be coming in for his final stop of the race. Matt Psycho's all topped up. Homesick Alien's already by, but it's very close between the two of them. Matt Psycho's going to be hitting the track not that far behind the Alien. We've seen 16 seconds or so between the two of them, the differing strategies. But I think Homesick Alien having to fuel save slightly. Matt Psycho hasn't totally topped it up, so these two are racing to the end with only 7 seconds between the two of them and a lot of traffic, it would seem. Soundboard with Matt Psycho. All the traffic's just disappeared. It must be behind him. And he'll be looking for the Alien, not that bright green car. I believe that is, I guess I'd say it's the halves. But 6.6 seconds then behind Homesick Alien, with Liam Anfield 25 seconds behind Matt Psycho. And Jim just into the pits then in 4th spot. And Bendit, in 5th. Way ahead of Pat now. And Pat's losing time to Madalinsky, I think. I think it was 18 seconds, was it not? Pat is down to 13 seconds. Pat may be having to do some car management. He's got more fuel on board than Madalinsky. It'll be tight between the two of them. Silverstar possibly running till the end. Talleyrand, that possibly get him to the end. Excuse me. He's made them tanks last quite well. Insinuate getting lapped by Matt Psycho, who's chasing down the Alien, and he's having a bit of fun now in the last throws of this race with a little drift around the final corner. He's only 7 seconds ahead of Skyjacker though, so he's got to beware. He's got to watch out. Skyjacker will catch him with his trousers down if he's not careful. 6.5 seconds. Skyjacker really pushing on. Ensign Newer doing 209.3 that last time around. And Skyjacker with a 206. That's a tight battle we've got to keep an eye on. Koikap 31 seconds ahead of the Baz right now. And the Baz not doing some great stellar lap times, it has to be said. And Koikap might have that 4th all stitched up. I don't know. I think Koikap might have to make another stop though before the end, and the Baz might be going. Who knows? And the halves is all topped up and ready to go all the way till the end. So it's 6.9 seconds between himself and Matt Psycho. And it doesn't look like Liam can get back in that fight. He's done all he can though, and it's going to be tight for him to get to the end of the race on his fuel, we think. So Homesick Alien 7 seconds, Matt Psycho chasing him down. Every last bit of fuel needs to be accounted for. Every single thing needs to be done perfectly. And just to see the checkered flag here, so they don't have a lot of wiggle room to go on the attack. Matt Psycho will be trying to save fuel, I imagine, early in his stint, so he can try and go on the attack of Homesick Alien, who he must be thinking he's got less fuel than him. But Homesick did very well to save in that last stint. I mean, he must have done, 'cause he was 16 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho last time Matt Psycho pitted. This time he was 6 seconds, so he's given up 10 seconds to save fuel in that stint. And now Homesick Alien in the driving seat of this race. Qualified 3rd. I thought he had no chance. Looking at the pace of Matt Psycho and Liam Anfield, a bit of a wiggle though. He doesn't need that. He doesn't need that, does he? With Matt Psycho closing in, 26 seconds behind him is Liam Anfield. Then we have Jim in a solid 4th place there. Bendit is a minute and 13 behind Jim. and only 22 seconds ahead of Pat. Pat, can he close the gap on Bendit? What's happened? Did he just pit? Oh yeah, he's just pitted. So Bendit's just pitted. This is him running to the end, and Pat trying to close that gap, but he's losing time to Madalinsky each time. But I don't think Madalinsky's got enough to get to the end, possibly. He might have to make a splash and dash, which will give Silverstar an opportunity to get involved. Then we've got Talleyrand, a minute and a half ahead of Ensign Ewart in the Group 4 category. And Ensign Ewart getting through his tyres. Can he get to the end of the race in that? Skyjacker's pitted. We saw Skyjacker was closing in on Ensign Ewart. Got that 14-second gap down to about 6.5 seconds. But Skyjacker's made a pit stop. Now, Ensign Ewart, we've seen, he prefers to run deep on the dead tyres. So maybe he's hoping just to keep this going, keep the party going all the way to the checkered flag. Koi Carp, 32 seconds better off than the Baz. But we think Koi might have to make a stop before the end of the race. And at the moment, Pat is struggling to get by him. And Pat needs to. So he wants to catch up Bendit, or hope there's an opportunity to get Bendit. And Pat now up and through, past and chasing down Bendit there for 5th place. And Bendit has just pitted. Ooh, and makes a small mistake there up the hill chicane, the Michael Schumacher-S's. And Homesick Alien 6 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho, with less than 10 laps to go. 9 laps remaining in this race. 2 hours and 13 minutes these guys have been driving for. And Matt Psycho, 27.4 seconds ahead of Liam Anfield. So the closest battle we have, ironically, is the battle for the lead. Oof. Pat, oh no, sorry, Silverstar very sensibly getting right out of the way there as Matt Psycho tries to push on. Don't forget, Matt Psycho's not feeling very well. He's been driving poorly this evening. And Homesick Alien at the top of his game. And owning this track so far, but still Matt Psycho's got a little more fuel than Homesick Alien. He could mount a surprise attack nearer the end. Like I said, I believe Matt Psycho will probably save fuel more early doors in the stint and then go on the attack. 5 laps remaining, maybe we'll see. Lap 71, 72. Matt Psycho really starting to pressure the Alien right up to the checkered flag. And the back end wiggling around there, although he's doing very fast lap times anyway. Homesick Alien at 56.4 that last time around. And he seems to not mind giving up the odd 10th here and there to Matt Psycho. Liam Anfield, looks like it's a solid 3rd for Liam today. I don't see him attacking the guys ahead. And I think he may be fuel saving the last part of this race, having been the first in. Out of the top 3, he does his fastest, 55.886, just 2/10 off the fastest lap time. And maybe he fancies, at least if he can't win it, getting the fastest lap. He's got time to make a pit if he wanted to just get some fresh soft tyres on. He'd still come out in third spot and be able to steal that fastest lap time away from Matt Psycho, who at the moment is very much concentrating on catching up the Homesick Alien, the very colourful BMW of, I can't remember, what is it, Total Energies a BMW there. Car 77 leading this race, and like I said, but I don't know if I said it or thought it, but when we first came into this and he was 3rd on the grid, I didn't think he had much of a chance, but I did say at the beginning of the race, with his car management, he could technically strategically win it, but it was going to be a tough one. And it looks like he, so far, has done everything correct to make that dream come true. Matt Psycho thought his closest rival here was Liam Anfield, but Liam Anfield, on his second stint, put a set of medium tyres on and plummeted in the times. Jimbo has done a very solid race to get that 4th place. He's still got quite a bit of fuel on. What? Liam Anfield may have to make a splash and dash. That outside chance of a podium for Jim, I think, is still on. Who knows? Bendit is only 15 seconds ahead of Pat. Half a tank of fuel left. Bendit's got half a tank of fuel left. These guys running on till the end, we're pretty sure. Pat chasing down. One small mistake can put Pat straight back in the chance contention for 5th place. And Madalinsky, same can be said. 10 seconds in a 2.5 hour race is absolutely nothing. Silver Star running in 8th place. Done his fastest lap time of the race so far at 59.6. Very competitive with the guys around him. So Madalinsky on the pace there. And then we have the leader of the Group 4 cars. And, he's done an absolutely super job in this one. Never out of contention, absolutely destroyed it. He won this race in qualifying, let's admit it. He won this race in qualifying over a second faster than 2nd place, and he was never bothered, never worried, never concerned in this feature race so far. In this endurance race, Big Dan just didn't have the pace. He's gone faster than he's gone before with a 2:05.3. He did make a pit stop. I'm missing the pit stops down here. I'm sorry, guys. Skyjacker then, who he's made a pit stop earlier than Big Dan, and now Big Dan's made his stop. Liam did go in. Liam's gone in. It's a splash and dash and maybe new tyres for that fastest lap. We saw he did a 55.8 and the fastest lap is a 55.6, but he's a minute and a half ahead of Jim. Jim's got a bit of fuel to burn. Oh, no, he's going to get out again. He's going to get out before. He doesn't really even need that much fuel. I think he's doing this for the fastest lap. 4.8 seconds then. Homesick Alien is ahead of Matt Psycho. 6 laps remaining. And it's a close thing between these two, with Matt Psycho 5 seconds adrift of the Alien. Fuel, Matt Psycho's got a little more fuel. His tyres are in a bit better condition, but it's nothing between the two of them. Liam Anfield in 3rd. It was barely any fuel. He's gone in for the tyres. He wants a fastest lap. Jim, did he take the opportunity? No, he didn't. Doesn't look like the time's come down between himself and Liam Anfield's waiting for him to go over a sector, obviously. We'll soon see it suddenly drop as he sees the leader, not the leader, 2nd place, lapped up to 4th spot. Look at that, that's ridiculous. And yeah, he lost barely any time, did Liam Anfield. He was a minute 30 ahead of Jim, and now he's a minute ahead of Jim. And he's a minute behind Matt Psycho. But Matt Psycho, beware. I think he's gunning for your fastest lap of the race. Homesick Alien. Maintain. Oh no, Matt Psycho's lost a shed load of time. He only pulled a 2-minute last time around, trying to get past Jim. I don't think it was Jim's fault. It looks pretty straightforward. Jim's keeping a good pace. So it must have been before that Matt Psycho had lost the time, before he come across Jim. Homesick Alien then 8 seconds with only 5 laps remaining on the boards, and Matt Psycho is going the wrong direction. He's not getting closer to the Alien, he's getting further away. Liam Anfield is mounting his attack for the fastest lap of the race. On board with Liam, braking late into the hairpin, down to first gear as we kiss the apex, bang it up the gears and feather it over the hill, second gear around there, bang it back down again, and ooh, a little wiggle as we go there, touch the apex of this one. First gear he chooses as he slings it to the other way in second. A little feather of the thing. Oh, that car is absolutely boisterous. It's bouncing around all over the place, and he's 200ths off his best time. He wants to be seeing purple sectors, not red sectors. Come to the curb there as he floors it down towards, is it Dunlop, I think? Makes his way around the wide hairpin. Oh, the back end wanted to continue, but he catches it. Another 2/10 lost. This is not how you get fastest lap, Liam Anfield. Must do better. He's coming up against a Group 4 car. Looks like Koi car, and he's passed. Lay on the brakes into this corner. Can he make it? He's all over the curb. Yes, he makes it over, and then a little sly lift down the hill, flooring it some more. But now he's a second down on his time, and this one definitely isn't going to be the fastest lap of the race. Meanwhile, Homesick Alien 6 seconds, so Matt Psycho managing to claw back another 2 seconds on the Alien, and it might be because, oh hello, look, this is the leader meeting the other leader on track, and Homesick Alien muscling his way through, saying, Talleyrand, I'm afraid I just cannot mess around here. I can't wait for a gap. I've got to make my own gap because I've got to get on. He's got a Matt Psycho bearing down on him with empty frets. Liam Anfield is in third, and he's chasing their fastest laps at this point. Jimbo in fourth, no threat for him from Bendit, who is losing time to Pat. Pat drawing ever closer to Bendit, and Bendit might be worrying about his 5th place as Pat brings it with loud noises. 6th. 7th, Madalinsky, 9.1 seconds adrift of the Pat, and I think he's going to have to make a pit stop before the end of the race as he gets blue flagged. Is he getting blue flagged? I don't know. He must be getting blue flagged from, I don't know what car though. Homesick Alien, I imagine. See the traction control working hard against the tyre wear on that BMW. Silver Star in 8th place. His lap time's definitely starting to get nice and consistent now. Talleyrand leads the Group 4s. Did a 2:10 that last lap around. Is he trying to conserve fuel? Is he trying to get to the end without making a stop? Ensign Ewer in 2nd place, 23 seconds ahead of Skyjacker now. And Ensign Ewer sitting pretty as Jim catches up with Skyjacker. It was Jim we saw in the foreground, I think, or the background. Bazza is ahead of Koi. Oh my words. Oh, but the tyres are rough and it's only 7 seconds. The sun's starting to go down here at Nurburgring as the laps continue to drop, and the halves 14.7 seconds behind Koi. But the battle between Koi, oh shoot, I wasn't meant to do that. That's from that long ago? Sorry, you didn't need to see that again, Bendit. I bet you're really glad that one. I pressed a different button. I was trying to find, I can't even remember what button I was trying to find. That one, I think, because of the battle between the Baz and the Koi. And the sun is definitely going long now. And there is Homesick Alien, 3.7 seconds as he tries to put a lap on Madalinsky, and the traffic not falling well for the Alien. We said earlier that the traffic was falling very well for Homesick Alien, but these last couple of lapped cars has not. 74 of 76. We are on. Matt Psycho's 3.4 seconds behind Homesick Alien, but he also has to get past the same lapped cars. Liam Anfield's chasing the fastest lap, 56.6. He's a second off. And Jimbo is doing a solid job for that fourth spot. Bendit, 10 seconds ahead. Oh, and he's found his favourite person on track. And he is through and past the halves. And hopefully we'll all go through the break-in quite happily. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Pat then, 9 seconds behind Bendit. But his tyres are starting to look a little bit torn up. Madalinsky, we said, is going to have to make a pit stop. Matt Psycho's made it past him. 3.2 seconds it is between Homesick Alien and Matt Psycho. The fuel is hardly anything in it between the two of them. And this is crazy town after 2 hours and 27 minutes of racing with different strategies. We have two sim pilots, 3 seconds apart, and with the time running out is cracking stuff. Jim in fourth, Bendit in fifth, Pat in sixth, Madalinsky seventh, Silverstar is in eighth. Talleyrand leads the Group 4 cars by nearly 2 minutes. Ensign Ewart is 21 seconds ahead. Oh, I've got 21 seconds to go. I got 21 seconds to go ahead of Skyjacker. And the fuel is hardly anything in it. Ensign's destroying his tyres quicker, but that is to be expected. The Baz, his tyres are starting to go. He's 5 seconds ahead of Koikart. Can he hold on for the next 2 laps for that fourth place? Homesick Alien, 3 seconds dead on ahead of Matt Psycho, 2.7 seconds. Matt Psycho going for that final push that I said he possibly would do. We're on lap 75. This is the penultimate lap, ladies and gentlemen. Liam Anfield is solid in third. No worries there. He can't crack the code of that fastest lap. A 55.8 was as close as he's going to get. Homesick Alien, 2.5 seconds. Madalinsky has gone in for a... Well, it looked like he'd gone in. Skyjack has gone in as well. So some late pit stops, not to be we're expecting. He's going for a fastest lap or something. Not with the whole thing, but I don't know what the fastest laps are in the Group 4s, but he's going to try it, I think, on the final lap. So Homesick Alien, 2.5 seconds. And Matt Psycho pushing on. And this is the closest battle, I believe, on track. Now that Skyjack has pitted, I think Baza is 4 seconds ahead of Koikart. Koikart is starting to close in on fourth place, but the battle for the lead is the big talk. 2.3 seconds as they come around. They're about halfway round the penultimate lap. Homesick Alien's fuel is flashing. Matt Psycho's is not. That is telling. More traffic. 2 seconds. Now 1.9 seconds. Dipping into 1.8. Homesick Alien gets through the chicane. One more time he has to do that. And keep ahead of Matt Psycho, who's pushing on hard now. Homesick Alien's tyres are a lot older than Matt Psycho's. Matt Psycho's got fresher rubber than the Alien. What can the Alien do as we enter the final lap? Homesick Alien less than 2 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. I would normally say nothing to worry about here, but the tyres do shake it up a little bit. It does make it a little misty, and Homesick Alien could easily lock a brake. He could easily drift wide. That is 2 seconds there, if you think about it. And there's Matt Psycho. He's pushing on. He's got to keep his head, though. He can't push too much. Liam Anfield, solid third. Fourth for Jim. Fifth for Bendit. Then we got Pat in sixth. 7 seconds adrift from Bendit. Madalinsky in eighth. For seventh. Eighth for Silverstar. Leading is Talleyrand. He started his final lap ahead of Ensign Ewart, who's on his final lap. They're all going to change it, finish at different times, aren't they? Skyjacker in third. Baza 3.5 seconds ahead of Coy. Homesick Alien 1.2 seconds ahead on this final lap. The fuel's flashing. There's a lapped car ahead. I believe it may be Madalinsky or Pat. I'm not sure. I just saw a flash of the back. I can't say. I think it's yellow and white, which I would lead me to believe it's Madalinsky. Oh, Homesick Alien pushing on this final lap, 1.3 seconds. Matt Psycho is really starting to tighten the screw, and whoever was has jumped off the track out the way. Homesick Alien leads this race with only 2-3 more corners to go, and it might be it. It might be it. Homesick Alien seems to have done the impossible. He out-strategized the leaders, and he has come through, and he has taken the win. Great drive from Homesick Alien. Matt Psycho brings it home in second place. God knows who's finishing when. There's a bunch of cars there. I don't know who they are. Who are they? Here we go. So where's Liam? Behind them? Oh, Pat's already finished. So's Jim. Whoever's crossing the line, it's Crazy Fish. Might be Liam next. No. Who's that crossing? Scary Rambo has finished. There we go. Ensign Newer has finished before Talleyrand. Silver Star is just crossing. Who's that? Madalinsky finishing in 7th. Black and green, I'm not sure. Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield's coming around the final corner. I couldn't keep up with who's crossing with the line where. Sorry. So Liam Anfield then coming across for the podium. Take a boo, my son. Jim grabbed a great 4th place. Bendit is still making his way around. Pat finished in 6th. Madalinsky in 7th. Silver Star in 8th. Talleyrand won the Group 4 cars with Ensign Newer in 2nd. And Skyjacker, take a boo, my son. Again, another podium for the Skyjacker. And then Bazza looks like he's going to keep that 4th, but they're racing on still. 1.1 seconds between them. And the Baz just has to cling on as they come up the hill. That looks like Bendit ahead of them. And here comes the Belgian Bullet, keeping his head cool, tyres dead, fuel flashing, 1 more corner to go, and he grabs himself a fine 4th place in the Nurburgring 2.5 hour 2023. And it's Bazza for 4th. Great stuff. Oh, Coy closed it right up there, who came in 5th, with Scary Rambo in 6th. So you got a Homesick Alien. That's it. It's all done. So Homesick Alien takes the win. Fantastic stuff from the Alien there. Great stuff. And we'll have a quick look at the results, and then we'll do one. So Homesick Alien takes the win of the VRC Nurburgring 2.5 hour 2023 race. Great stuff there from the Alien. Matt Psycho came in 2nd, very close, 1.3 seconds behind. And it's Matt Psycho that got the fastest lap of the Group 3s with a 55.626. Liam Anfield was very close with a 55.8. And he came in 3rd. Jim came home in 4th with Bendit in 5th. Pat came home in 6th with Madalinsky in 7th. And Silver Star finishing in 8th place. Then a look at the Group 4 cars. Talleyrand took the win, and he easily got the fastest lap in his category with a 2:04.765. No one else managing to break out of the 05s. So Talleyrand takes the win with Ensign Newer, Big Dan, coming home in 10th spot. Not 10th, 2nd spot, with Skyjacker in 3rd. A great podium there for the Skyjacker. Excuse me, who said that? Bazza come home in 4th with a tough battle with Koikarp and the halves. And it's been great racing all rounds. So thank you for joining us. It's been a weird stream. You've got about 2 hours of it streamed live. And then the last half hour of this, I tried to record it. Hopefully it worked. And then we'll send it off to YouTube so you can see the results of the race. Very bizarre. I understand. It's very strange. I apologise. I was... give me a second. I've got to get there. I'll get there in a second. I was your broadcaster and commentator, Betty Humpser. Betty Humpser. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and come and join us in our Discord. It's all in there. The links are all in there on YouTube somewhere. And yeah, you can come and race with us in the next 2.5 hour race, whenever and wherever that may be, early next year, I am sure. Like I was said, I'm your broadcaster and commentator, Betty Humpser. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Peace and love. Peace and love.